geopolitics, war, and Ukraine. What more can I say? Now, this isn't supposed to be a political channel. This is about getting the message of God and guns out there. But in this particular case, it would be imprudent of me to speak on this matter, even though I will reach a very small audience. Now, in particular, the things going on right now, there's going to be a food shortage. There will be. How do I know this? What is my proof? You know, I'm into firearms. I have a firearms YouTube channel. You know, I work all week. Where does this information come from? Well, funny you should ask. I know someone who's a farmer. Yeah. And they've told me that the price of seed has gone up, depending on whatever they're going to buy, anywhere between 20 and 40%. So, with that in mind, the price of food is going to go up. So, you have that. The price is going to go up. So what? The price is going to go up. Big deal. Okay. Well, how about this? Russia is the largest exporter of fertilizer in the world. We get most of our fertilizer from Russia. Yeah. So, yeah, there's a thing for you. So if we don't have the fertilizer to refertilize our ground that we've been just milking the crap out of it for all these years and not allowing it time to heal. Remember, if you have read the Bible, it specifically talks about that, letting the land heal as you farm. Letting the land basically refertilize itself. And we don't do that here. We have to artificially fertilize it. So we're going to have much more crop failure. And there's going to be less crops grown. Your price of food is going to go up. Okay? All right, and my third proof is, well, Ukraine is one of the largest wheat exporters. Yeah. So right now, you know, we do get wheat from Ukraine. And, well, right now they're kind of in a bit of a kerfuffle at the moment. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. I'm not going to speak upon that matter, but yeah. So there's going to be food shortages. The price of your food is going to go up. This doesn't even get into the aspect of inflation. This is just the inflation of the cost of food globally. Yeah. So the side where fuel costs have gone up, if we want to get into that, that's going to drive up food costs. Why? Well, it costs more to ship the food. You know, if it costs more to ship the food, people are going to just have to pay more. If food is in short supply, that means stores are going to have to pay more for certain items because it's in short supply. And because it's in short supply, there will be now a high demand, which will further increase the price. Supply and demand. Basic economics. So, in lieu of this, you need to be buying an extra can of food here now. Can of food there. You need to be buying maybe some seeds. Think about researching and starting up your own garden. I know most of you people are here for firearms, and I know I don't have a large subscriber count, but I need to talk about this. You know, this doesn't even get into the fact that, you know, worldwide countries are ditching the US dollar. You know, the Saudis are talking to the Chinese to use Chinese dollars for oil. And remember, Nixon got us off of the gold standard for this deal with the Saudis to set our currency as the world trade currency. The Saudis do this, we'll be off of the world trade currency. And we're already starting to see other countries follow suit. India, they're looking at alternative methods. And don't take anything of what I'm saying. Take these topics that I am speaking on and go look them up yourself. Use DuckDuckGo. I know DuckDuckGo is, they're censoring certain information, but around the thing happening between the big guy and the little guy over there, but yeah, and they've said so publicly. But go look at some other information. Educate yourself. There's plenty of information out there on the things that are going to come. So things are going to be really tough here in the United States. We've had it good for a long time. And as time progresses, we're going to have to learn what many of our adversaries already know. And that's how to live a tough life. We really have a privileged lifestyle here in the United States. I mean, think about it. We have been promised for the past 80 years, generation after generation after generation, that you can have a family, have a house, have land, have food, shelter, and then even, really luxuries when you think about it, like cars, air conditioning, paved roadways. We live in a lavish country, and many people just look at it as ordinary, but in fact, we're a lot like the Romans. Yeah. We've taken this whole thing for granted. What has been given to us, what has been worked so hard up to this point. And now it's going to crash and burn. And many people are going to be like, well, this isn't really, a lot of this isn't Biden's fault. And that's true. A lot of it is our fault. It's our fault for letting things go after the 2020 election. I mean, any statistician you talk to where you see a literal straight line up versus the other guy is going to say that's a statistical anomaly. That's wrong. Mathematically, from a statistics standpoint, that's wrong. So, going back to the whole subject there, many people are going to say, well, it's not Biden's fault. Yep, okay. But ask yourself this question. Would any of this have happened if Trump was in office? We were on a financial crisis in this country before he came in. Look at what happened in 08 and 09. I mean, seriously. Go research what happened then. Look at their fix for the financial crisis that occurred during that time, which put our country in a recession. All they did was slap a Band-Aid on it. And in order for that Band-Aid to, let the wound heal up, we need to keep that Band-Aid on long enough and actually, put the cells to work to mend the wound. So that way we could take the Band-Aid off and we wouldn't have to rely on the Band-Aid. Well, now the cells were told not to fix the wound. They were, forcibly not allowed to. Our border crisis, many of the things going on in our country, the corruption overseas, between our politicians, none of it gets investigated. No, people just go, well, that's the way it is. Isn't that sad? That Americans are just like, oh, yep, that's what's going to happen, but oh well, everything's going to be normal just as it always is. What is wrong with you if you're thinking like that? The only reason why we've been able to get away with this stuff for so long is because we are the world's reserve currency. I hope you're paying attention, because it's going to be a wild ride for the next decade, maybe longer. So I wanted to get this video out because I know I haven't been putting a lot of gun content up, but this stuff is serious and it needs to be addressed. And if I can at least state these topics so people can go research them for themselves, go look up this information, go find sources, so that way they're not just watching the same force-fed crap that comes through YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or any of these other garbage platforms where they're shoving propaganda in people's faces. Well, I'm going to try and give people the ability to go and look that up. So go do your research. Go read some books. Go figure out what's going on. God bless. Keep everybody in your families. Keep your friends. Keep them all in your prayers. Keep those who are close to you and whom you hold dear in your prayers. And be praying for the safety of your families, because times are about to get rough. So this isn't a fear-mongering. This is a warning. If you prepare, you'll ride this like it's a wave. So God bless, and I'll see y'all later.